Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my latest podcast on the Circle of Evolution. Today I'm very excited because I'm going to integrate the Circle of Evolution with a classic system that has been existing for millennia. This is the system of chakras. The system of chakras is wonderful, and many people know it because you do meditation maybe and you concentrate on the chakras, and there's many ways to use it. But I'm gonna integrate it with my system by talking about the significance of each chakra, which is very deep. I will go fast because I understand that long podcasts are not appreciated, so I will try to go fast but carefully. So let's start with a summary of the Circle of Evolution. As you see, I have drawn a circle in a new background so that it can show the four steps, which are the challenge, the observation, the knowledge, and the action, which we've spoken at length about it. Now let's look at the chakras. The chakra system is composed of 7 points, and typically they're drawn in a vertical line because they're identified with parts of the body. And I'm not going to talk about the parts of the body. I'm going to talk about the meaning of each one of the 7 chakras, and so that we'll see how it confused with the Circle of Evolution. So let me go chakras one by one. So chakra number 1 represents existence. It represents things that exist, concrete objects. It means acceptance of the situation as it is, and it means feeling at ease with the situation. It's very important, and that's at the basis. Chakra 2 represents change. So the situation is always changing, and so chakra 2, if you're mathematical, it's the derivative of chakra 1. It's what's changed from before. So you're filtering out what exists and you're focusing on the changes. And again, if you accept chakra 2, you're accepting the changes and you're at ease with it. Chakra 3 is very interesting. Is your ego. It's the definition. It's you. It's your likes. It's your dislikes. It represents your particular history and what you've gone, your filters, what you want to concentrate on. And it's also very important because these are not to be ignored. It constitutes your own personality. Chakra 4, some say it's the most important. I believe so too. It's the Chakra of Love. It means it's that energy that guides us, and it tells us if something is good, if something we want to go towards it. It's really polarizing, and it's exemplifying that we find it in the center. It's at the center of the chakra system. See, there's 3 lower ones, and there's love, and then there's the 3 higher ones, and it's very important. And we'll see when we fuse it with the Circle of Evolution how it's also central to it. Chakra 5 represents sound, communication. It goes in both ways, listening and hearing. We'll see that too. And it's vibrations. It's about communication. It's about talking externally, but also talking internally with your own self. Chakra 6. It's the most mystical one. It's called the third eye, and it's about having the brain. It's the mind one. It's about, sometimes people say it's about extrasensory perception. It's having your brain prepared. You know, as humans, our main asset is our brain. Yeah, I guess through evolution compared to other beings, you know. And it's the brain, and but also the mind, the whole body. It's about capturing information, and it's about filtering and processing. So this chakra works at that level. And finally, chakra 7. Chakra 7 it's the chakra of ideas. It's the world of thought. You can say archetypes if you talk in a Jungian way. So it's opposite of objects, right? On one side, at one, you have objects, materials that you see, things. And at chakra 7, the opposite, you have concepts, ideas, like the idea of the circle, or the idea of geometry, or even the idea of a rainy day. You know, these are not things per se. There's manifestations of themselves, but it's a global idea. So that's in chakra 7, and it's of course it's communicating. Both chakra 7 and 1 are communicating with the outside world, outside of yourself. So you're getting ideas from the outside of the universe, and you're seeing the objects from the universe also. All right, with this brief description, let me now fuse the two systems, and we'll be able to see how they integrate. So we start with a challenge, because that's how my circle works. It starts with a challenge. I've said it many ways. And challenge is represented by chakra number 2, because a challenge is a change in situation. And as we've said, the chakra 2 represents changes. Situation was such before, now it's change, and it's your challenge. How do you deal with the change? Chakra 3 is your own personality. So how do you deal with your change? You evaluate your own personality, you receive the change, and you integrate it with your personality and see what happens. You get feelings, you get emotions about it. Chakra 4, it's about love. And so now your exercise is to be grateful for the change, because the change is usually bringing opportunities. Actually, it always brings opportunities. And so you can be grateful even if you don't know what opportunity it's going to be. It's better to be grateful because you have a change. You have all your things that you've learned, your personality, and you will come out of it. So you have to trust that you will come out of it on top, and it's positive. And this is part of the work that we have to do on loving the change and loving how the change meets with your own personality. Also, the personality can be worked at, can be changed. You know, it's you can love the lesson too. The change can bring a lesson, and it can improve your personality. So the change, chakra 2, can help you improve chakra 3 and become better adapted to the new situation. After chakra 4, there's chakra 5. In this case, chakra 5, we said it's about communication, it's about sound. In this case, because we are in the receiving end, chakra 5 is talking about how you receive the information, you talk about it with your own body, you integrate it yourself, you sound it out yourself. Maybe you want to meditate. There's mantras that have sounds. So you make the change in the situation at ease with your whole body. Many self-help systems are very intellectual, and they work very well on paper, but we're not able to integrate them because we're not able to get the body ready for it. So this is a very important step, chakra 5, to communicate with your whole body about the change that's going to happen, and get the body ready and on target for the changes that you're going to put in place. Next is chakra 6, and chakra 6 I've linked it here together with chakra 7 because we've been talking about the receiving portion of the chakras. You see, we've been going in one direction. And now we're ready to receive the inspiration that is coming from the outside, from the world of ideas, 7. It's coming to our chakra 6, our brain. We're receiving it with our brain, and that's the observation, and we're able to start processing, and that's the beginning of the knowledge. So you've received the inspiration, and then you process it in your world of, in your brain, thanks to your knowledge. So here we're stepping from a portion of receiving to a new portion, which is going to be giving, which is going to go towards the action. So the first step of giving and moving is processing this new inspiration that you got from the world of ideas into your own brain, and slowly coming up to how you're going to deploy it. So next we go back down. So we've moved up towards, they call it transcendence, and now we're going back towards the world of manifestations and objects. So the next step is Chakra 5. Chakra 5 is about sounding it out. And in this case, we're sounding it out maybe to the outside world, to other people. We want to find allies. So here the sound is more like a giving more than a receiving. And we can sound it out to ourselves, talk about it, and see how we feel about the inspiration that we've got to fine tune it. And once we find the love in Chakra 4, we know we're ready for that action. Then we mix it with Chakra 3, which is our personality. Our personality has been changed a little bit. We're working at it. We've loved the change, and now our personality is in Chakra 3 is ready to be adapted to this change that we're going to deploy. It's a slow process, like we said before. It's cyclical. We're going through different loops, but now we're ready for this first step that we're going to take. And finally, Chakra 2. We're changing. This time we're doing the change. Before we were receiving the change at the beginning. That's the challenge. And now we're doing the change, and this is the action. And here, notice how I put a hammer and a feather, because the action can be strong, but my favorite is the action, the feather action. Just small action, like the Chinese say, Wu Wei, the Taoists say. And so just the minimum action can, if you've prepared well enough, can bring a lot of influence, and that is the best because you have more energy to run the whole circle. And finally, after the action, you have one, and that's the new situation, the new manifestation, how it's presenting itself after you've gone through the whole process. So as you see, we've gone full circle around it, and as I promised, love is in the center, so it's more important because it participates on the way up and on the way down, and it helps as a guidance. Well, I hope you liked it. I'm not gonna go further on it. If there are any comments, if you have any particular opinion, want to ask something in particular, wanna challenge it, wanna give some comments of your experience with chakras, maybe also with parts of the body, I'd be very happy to talk about it and explore this further. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you soon with another podcast. Bye bye. Nice having you here. Bye bye.